Saguli, Skanagoga, Ray Halbritter, Niamgats. My name is Ray Halbritter. I bring you greetings of peace from the people of the Oneida Indian Nation. And to all of the soon-to-be graduates here today and your families, congratulations. We certainly congratulate you. You have achieved an important milestone and rightfully can be extremely proud of your hard work, resilience, and character you've shown. We do stand here today upon the sacred homelands of my people, the Oneida Indian people. We are known as the people of the Standing Stone. We're known that because legend tells us there was a stone not indigenous to the area that used to follow our people and set itself up wherever we would set up our communities. We are founding members of the Haudenosaunee Iroquois Confederacy that has a dual meaning. Haudenosaunee people, there were extended longhouses which our families lived in, our extended families, and it also described our political system, our government that housed all our people in safety and peace with each other. There was a time, however, when our history, when the peoples of the Haudenosaunee were not united. They fought against one another. And there was so much warfare between them it threatened their very existence. Legend tells us that one day a man of peace came to our people and brought a message of peace, and today we call him the peacemaker. The peacemaker brought a message to the Haudenosaunee of people of peace, righteousness, and power. With that message, the peacemaker, with the help of Hiawatha, planted among our people a tree of peace represented by the white pine. And with reason, we replaced conflict and had a vision of unity and cooperation. And the idea that reason would replace and become the power, and the power would be of the good mind, the power that would bring us to the power of the one mind. And it was the beginning of a still existing union of nations founded in peace for the mutual benefit of one another, so that the power of the good mind would prevail. Peace was planted and established among our people. Our people consider peace to be one of the greatest gifts the Creator can give to mankind. Reason was and became our power. Those instructions that we received, we believe, came from the Creator himself. And the message of the peacemaker today are referred to as the great law of peace of the Haudenosaunee. The great law is something that many of our people still endeavor to follow, even though many of our traditions and much of our culture has been eroded or lost. Those rules of our politics and our laws believed to be actual instructions from the Creator, and it is therefore inappropriate for men or women to change them. We think of the entire world in this fashion, in the sense that the laws were established by the Creator for all things, for birds, for animals, for even the sun and the moon, the water and the air. All parts of creation have received their instructions and direction from the Creator, and as long as those directions are followed, we believe that the world will progress and we can find our way to harmony. It is no more appropriate for men and women to depart from the great law of peace than it would be for the birds not to sing, or the sun or moon to not shed its light. It is for this reason that every meeting that we hold of our nations, we have, whenever we gather together, we have a ceremony of beginning, a Thanksgiving address. It is called an opening. And it is a time when we thank the Creator for all things, all created things, because we're no greater than any other part of creation. Mankind isn't. And for that, his nourishment and for the great law that he provided us. By giving such thanks before undertaking the business of governing ourselves, we are reminded that we are here on earth only as a part of creation and not superior to any other part. We are thus reminded of our own personal mortality and the consequent need to look forward to the generations as yet unborn. For the mutual benefit and survival of all people, we're to follow our instructions because this is what the Creator has instructed us to do. As long as we follow the precepts that He hasn't laid down, the Creator will stand by us and will ultimately guide us to Him. The alliance of the Haudenosaunee people were sought and looked upon admiringly by men such as Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin. The strength of the Confederate form had been demonstrated to the colonials by the Haudenosaunee chief Conestoga at the Treaty of Lancaster in 1744. Conestoga held up one arrow and broke it easily. Then he bundled 12 together and could not break them, and showed the colonies that this is how they should follow the Haudenosaunee example. And though not dispositive of the issue, Congress in 1987 passed a concurrent resolution recognizing Haudenosaunee contributions to American Indian democracy, to American democracy. And our people, the Oneida people, maintained their alliance and cemented their friendship with this country and its history by allying with them during the Revolutionary War. Our leadership told the colonial leaders that we would hold on to the covenant chain of friendship and that we would be buried with them in the same grave or enjoy the fruits of victory and peace. It is wonderful to be here today to take part of this event. Hamilton College has been a strong partner to the Oneida Indian Nation, and the friendship that has grown between our communities makes it possible for us to celebrate moments like this together. Our friendship has a long and storied history that predates the charter of this prestigious seat of learning. One of our great Oneida chiefs, Chief Shenandoah, was laid to rest next to his good friend Samuel Kirkland, who was a missionary to our people and a founder of then Hamilton Oneida Academy. The academy was the result of his vision for a place where Native children and children of European settlers would learn together. To Kirkland, this was a noble mission. Today, we might call it assimilation, the desire to educate the Native identity out of children through classroom training. In the end, this dream would never really come to fruition. Few Native children attended the school. Before long, those who did began to drift away. Even so, we cannot call the Hamilton Oneida Academy a failure in its mission. It provided the foundation for the beautiful campus and vibrant community you find within it. Today, Hamilton College is among the oldest and most respected learning institutions in the United States, a place where young people come to discover themselves, to identify the roles set forth for them, and to prepare to live them as fully as possible. The college has also become a place where Kirkland's vision is more fully and purposefully realized. Numerous Oneida Indian Nation members have graduated from here. At least one Nation member is enrolled here currently. And I stand before you today as representing the Oneida Indian people, sharing in this celebration of your achievements. So while the initial vision laid out for this institution may not have been realized in its earliest moments, they are more clearly seen in the incredible legacy Hamilton College continues to build today. That is something both Chief Shenandoah and Samuel Kirkland would have found especially meaningful. One of the guiding principles we follow as Oneida people is to consider things for the benefit onto the seventh generation. We know that our actions and choices have a far-reaching impact and seek to always act with our grandchildren's grandchildren in mind. The evolution of this college from its humble beginnings and the community it is building today serve as a prime example of this kind of vision. Now, as you look ahead to your commencement tomorrow, your own legacies on this campus and the ones you will create outside are likely at the top of your mind. The whirlwind of finals, internships, and capstone projects has ended. A new round of decisions and adventures lies ahead. Your parents, professors, mentors, and friends are all excited and hopeful for you. And with that excitement, you are probably receiving a lot of advice on how you should approach the next chapter in your story. That is simply a part of the major transitions like this one. Everyone wants to share their own experiences and their ideas about how you can make the most of your future. You're going to hear a lot of opinions about what you should do and how you should do it, most of them worth taking seriously, even if they do not fully resonate. Maybe you entered this ceremony hoping it would be a reprieve from all this guidance. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I also have some advice to share with you, and I hope may be useful as you look ahead to your commencement tomorrow and prepare to enter the world outside this campus as graduates. Every group of people has its beliefs about the world and how it came to be. In Haudenosaunee culture, we're taught that the Creator made this world and everything within it, from rocks, trees, water, and the sun to animals and humanity itself. We are all His creations. And all things are individual with created beings. And we believe that all things made have a specific role within creation. And that role, this role, is your purpose. It provides the instructions for how you should move through the world. Our traditions hold that we are most successful when we embrace the roles set out for us. That may sound easier said than done. How do you know what your role is supposed to be? Wouldn't it be so much easier if it arrived in a form letter or came with your diploma? The good news, you've been preparing for this role your entire life. You took the most concrete steps toward it when you entered this institution 4 or more years ago. You've spent so much time learning about what interests you, where your passions lie, what you want to be. Everything you have learned about the world and yourself during your time in college has prepared you for the role you will take on the world outside. From a very young age, our people are also taught that no role given by the Creator is superior to any other. None is unimportant or could be eliminated. The arrogance of man will tell you that some people are superior to the natural world, to the plants, animals, the water, and the earth beneath our feet, our mother. Yet how could we be superior to something like water, the source of all life on this planet? The same lesson applies when we compare ourselves to those around us. Do not assume that because your role will bring wealth and fame that it is superior to the roles that others fulfill. Do not assume that because you will work hard your entire life without achieving these things, that your role is less. Everyone's role in this world is essential and irreplaceable. Doctors, teachers, lawyers, artists, caregivers, community leaders, all of these and many more are necessary and more interconnected than you realize. You are the only person who can fulfill your specific role. That does not mean that you need to do it alone. None of us can. We need the full spectrum of talents and gifts possessed by those around us. When you leave this world, you will be remembered for what you contribute to this spectrum and the lives you touched by doing so, not for what you acquire or how widely your name is known. What matters most is that you're doing the work you were meant to do and living the life you were meant to live. When you are, you will feel it profoundly. When you don't, you will know it is time to return to the instructions the Creator has laid out for you. That is why it is critical that we embrace our own roles and do not interfere as others embrace theirs. My ancestors demonstrated the truth of it when they became America's first allies. Standing alongside American colonists on some of the bloodiest battlefields of the Revolutionary War in the fight for freedom, our people fought for freedom with this country, and by doing so, created a strong bond between our nation and the fledgling United States at a time when the outcome was uncertain. Even so, our ancestors understood that both entities must remain separate, sovereign and driven by their own goals and needs. In fact, this understanding predates even the founding of this country. In the 1600s, our ancestors codified a similar relationship with Dutch settlers with the wampum we call the Goswenta, our two-row wampum. Its 2 rows of purple beads symbolize 2 vessels traveling the river of life alongside each other, one for the Oneida people and one for the settlers. Each vessel could travel side by side, respecting each other, neither trying to steer the other or interfere with its path. This approach led to peaceful, collaborative, government-to-government relations. It is also the right attitude to take in the world. You're not in competition with anyone. You will not find more success by dominating others and taking on what is theirs. You will not do better by letting someone else navigate your journey. Instead, chart your own path. Build bridges with others where you can. Lend support and ask for help when needed. But do not interfere with the roles others have chosen, and do not let others interfere with your own. You will be most successful when you follow your own instructions for this world and proceed in friendship for those who do the same. None of the advice that I've offered today is given in the abstract. It has guided me through my own life and into my role in the world. When I was younger, the same age as many of you preparing to graduate now, I wasn't sure what my role would be. I became an ironworker, earned money and took pride in doing good work. I did not see myself as a leader of people or someone who would help build enterprises that would revitalize my community, lift us out of poverty, restore our culture. My path was not clear, even though it was already forming in my heart. It was a frustrating time, one that some of you may be experiencing right now. I want you to know that if this rings true for you, that does not mean you failed to seize the pivotal moment to begin your role in this world. You may not always know exactly where you belong, even as you're preparing for the next phase of your journey. Just remember, there is no one pivotal moment. There are thousands of them, and you will have many opportunities to reach for one that is right for you. Even when you do, your role in this world will never stop evolving. You will have time to grow into it. If you're lucky, that growth will never stop. That has been true for me throughout my entire life. Even today, I find new ways to embody who I'm supposed to be and fulfill the roles set before me. For your sake and my own, I hope this never changes for any of us. Today, I know I have found the role that was meant for me. Even so, that is not always clear to others. Many see me as a contradiction. I often speak about looking to the future and the importance of always moving forward. If you aren't growing, changing, and learning, you're dying. It is an uncomfortable truth, but one you must never forget. We cannot live in the past. Yet, as Oneida people, the past is present in everything we do. The legacy of the Oneida people is an incredible one, rich with history and marked by hardship. We once made our lives on vast homelands that stretched from the St. Lawrence River to the Susquehanna River. By the 1800s, these lands were reduced to just 32 acres through illegal treaties and fraudulent sales. The Oneida people found themselves living in dire poverty that extended beyond simple economics. Governments that had been sworn partners attempted to inflict upon us a poverty of culture and dignity as well as something we could not afford to forget, to a point where my aunt and uncle burned to death in a fire that the city and the local fire departments refused to help. So when I say we must always look to the future, I do not mean that at the expense of forgetting the lessons of the past and sacrifices of those who came before us. That is why cultural preservation is such a central force in my work as the nation representative. Reviving our language, restoring the remains of our ancestors to our homelands through repatriations, telling our story not just within our own community, but on a national stage and in some of the country's most prominent institutions. Is this a contradiction? Not at all. This is all part of my instructions from the Creator contain. My role requires me to heal what has been broken and remember how those wounds occurred while preparing for a future that will protect the Oneida people from experiencing them again. We do not dwell in the past. We honor it and let it propel us to a brighter future. This is something you will learn too as you embrace your role in all areas of life by launching your career, building lifelong relationships, working for your community, or starting a family. These will be wonderful, exciting times, and I hope you move through with joy. As you do, you will make mistakes. You will experience hardships that may feel insurmountable as they occur. You will be treated unjustly, even intolerably so. There will be moments when you are not proud of your choices or your conduct because you are human. We are not superior to anything else in creation. And that should be a comfort. It means you are allowed to fail and feel grief, anger, resentment, defeat. Do not shy away from these emotions. Feel them and then remember the role that has been laid out for you. When you do, it will be a time to look to the future once again, dust yourself off, and get back on the path. I've spoken a great deal about the role you will fulfill and its undeniable pull. Some of you will never question that. Others will look back and wonder if you made the right choice or tried to live a role that was not your own. You may already be questioning the path you were so sure of when you declared a major or chose a career. This is normal. There's nothing to fear. It is simply a part of the growth and evolution I spoke about earlier. You may have understood your role in a specific way, but that calling may change over time. There is no shame in that, as long as you embrace those changes and make the most of them. Today, I hope that you are enjoying a wonderful time with your family and friends, for this is a time of celebration. Tomorrow, as you prepare for everything that comes after commencement, I encourage you to think deeply about the role that is set before you and how you will fulfill it in the way that nobody else can. If you do that, just that, you are succeeding in profound ways and will continue to do so for the rest of your life. Again, congratulations on all of your achievements. Good luck with everything that comes next. And thank you for allowing me to join you in this celebration. It is truly a privilege to be here with you as you prepare to take your first steps toward the incredible lives you are building for yourselves and all you will do to make this world an even better place than you found it, onto the 7th generation. Done it.